Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. This is Taryn the Traveling Trainer with GoTarryn Personal Training here in the greater Atlanta area, and I'm about to welcome for the very first time new guest to GoTarryn TV today, Ms. Kristy Wegert of My Workout Buddy. So before we have Kristy come out here, I'd like to ask everyone out there if you please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and while you're watching today's video blog, if you'd please go ahead and like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now, Kristy Wegert and I have been connected on social media together via Facebook and LinkedIn, but we've actually never spoken to each other face-to-face, so this will be the very first time virtually that we meet, and I'm excited to talk to her. We've got a lot in common, and I'm going to find out some more information from Kristy regarding her personal training philosophy, how she got started, and I'll tell you this, she's got a really cool backstory to how she developed My Workout Buddy. So this is going to be really neat, very interesting, and a very fun show today to be able to meet Kristy Wegert for the very first time here on GoTarryn TV. So when we come back, stay tuned. You'll enjoy an awesome episode right here. And remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. All right, welcome back, everybody. And as you can see side by side, we have for the very first time on GoTarryn TV welcoming Ms. Kristy Wegert. How are you doing out there, Kristy?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Good, thank you. And likewise, the pleasure's all ours. And I was obviously excited to get you on here, Kristy. We're connected through social media on both LinkedIn and Facebook. And, right off the bat, you've got an amazing story. I'm going to ask you about that in just a few seconds. But, My Workout Buddy is the program. And I'm going to go ahead and read your quote. Sleeping well, feeling strong, energized, balanced, coordinated, and comfortable in your own skin. These are the reasons to exercise. Come to My Workout Buddy and feel amazing. And again, you founded your company in July 2013, so you've been around for quite some time. But take us back, Kristy, because again, for the folks that go to your website and learn about you, you have an amazing personal story yourself, don't you?
I do. I lived in a larger body most of my life, and when I was in my early 30s, a doctor gave me the news that I was going to have to go on medication for high blood lipids. And I really just didn't want to do that at such a young age. So I took the bull by the horns and did something about it, and started with, cardio and strength training, and really changed my life. Eventually got into healthier eating habits, and dropped a little over 100 pounds. And I've maintained it now for almost 11 years.
Congratulations. That is a big win every day for the rest of your life. I'll be the first to tell you, as a personal trainer myself, the best personal trainer to work out with is someone who's been through this and can prove that they can do it themselves, because there's nothing like that refreshing personal testimonial to be able to share that. Because I'll go ahead and ask you, right off the bat, I'm sure you experience this a lot, but a lot of clients and new perspectives that come to you are probably fearful of the unknown, right? I mean, they're kind of scared or intimidated even to work out or get started. Isn't that right? Kind of sometimes you find.
Oh yeah, people who have their last experience with exercise was PE in high school,
right,
and they were last, and they were humiliated by the mean kids, and this is what they think of as exercise. And so I completely empathize with this story. And people come to me with a lot of fear, and luckily I'm able to take them through some really fun things and show them what they can do. And it's a fun process.
Yeah, that's the key, is making it fun. People get scared of the word workout because implying, oh, this is going to be work. And but that's really cool that you offer that physical, professional help, but also the psychological help too, I'm sure, because you've been there, probably what's going on in their mind. And arguably, that's probably the bigger challenge for most of the clients that you probably see, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. I have had a lot of trainers in my life before I became one myself. My mom owned a personal training studio in the early 90s called Good Bodies.
Cool.
In Roswell. Yeah, it's now called Alloy Fitness. It's owned by Rick Mayo. And, so I did learn a lot about that over the years, but not one of those personal trainers had the understanding of what it's like to live in that type of body. They all had been athletic and fit. And yeah, I had a hard time finding anybody who understood what I'd gone through. And so I think a lot of people appreciate that understanding.
Yeah.
In fact, I know they do.
Oh, no question about it. Yeah, I mean that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so take us back, Kristy. Like you told us, losing almost 100 pounds. That's almost a full adult person. And not only that, you said you did it through diet and exercise. But was there a catalyst? Would you say that there was one particular thing that just kind of pushed it over the edge, or the final straw on the camel's back, or what was it that kind of ultimately, was it a light switch, or what was it for you?
It really was fear.
Hmm.
It was that doctor telling me that, I either turn it around or they're putting me on this medication.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know anything about lipid controllers, but if you're on them long term, they can do a lot of like nerve damage and stuff. And if you're starting at 32 years old on, I'm not going to give any names to medications. I don't want anybody knocking on my door. But
Yeah.
a cholesterol medication can actually long term do some things to people that are unseemly.
Oh,
And they don't
yeah.
feel,
Yeah.
so I imagine myself going from 32 years old to 72 years old, 40 years later, and what has this medicine done to me other than control my blood fat?
Good point.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that really pushed me over the edge. I mean, there were plenty of things in my life that made me wish I was in a fit body. I never looked like the other girls. I didn't fit into the jeans they wore. I wore women's clothes when I was a little girl. I couldn't climb a fence or a tree very easily without hurting myself because I was too big to do it. Um,
Mm.
so you would think that stuff would motivate you, the humiliation of being bigger when nobody else was in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't until my health that, that frightened me into it.
No, that's really cool. I mean, what a great thing that happened. That was a real blessing in disguise that eventually turned out, to just be such a positive impact and influence you to what you're doing today and helping others. So, I'll make the assumption you must be from the Atlanta area then, Kristy. Is that right?
No, I moved here in 1985 when I was 12.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I lived in Chicago before that, and I was
Cool.
born in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, neat. So you've been around. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Now Atlanta is home.
yeah, you could say I'm from here at this point.
That's cool. No, that's really cool. When got into fitness and then personal training and working out and helping others, what did you find enjoyable about this as a new passion or career, I guess?
Uh, well, I mean, when I started getting into fitness and when I became a personal trainer are two
Hmm.
different stories.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
so the passion for movement came earlier, even though I hadn't lost any weight doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I enjoyed that, even though I never lost the weight. So the passion for the exercise came early. When I was a teenager, I took Taekwondo lessons with Kim Brothers
Oh,
here in
cool.
Atlanta. Yeah, and I went all the way up to brown belt, and I just really enjoyed that and the physical aspects of being able to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Movement feels good. So, of course, something. I wanted something. Uh, but the passion for being a personal trainer came later. And it was after the weight loss story and after I had closed a business I had been in on Canton Street. And I was looking at 40 years old for what's next. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to go back into the corporate world. I have a marketing degree. I wanted something different and something new. And my parents had suggested, well, my mom had been certified by ACE, American Council on Exercise. And they decided that maybe I should try this instead, just encouraging me. You have a
Mm-hmm.
story, you have maintained it for a while, you probably won't gain the weight back. Why not take it to the next level and help others?
Mm-hmm.
And, what did I have to lose? I gave it a shot. I started studying. For my ACE, it took 6 months with all the details of the anatomy. I mean, that alone was just mind-boggling what they want you to know.
ACE is the top echelon of like the premier for those folks who don't know. You and I do, but as far as nationally accredited certifications go, like ACE is up here at the top. Like they're the hardest, right there with ACSM and the rest of them, which is a very short list. So I commend you for get through that certification. That's amazing.
Thank you. I was proud of myself for that. I got a high B on that test. It was
That's
hard.
awesome. No, that's really good. That's excellent. No, very, very low passing rate on that one, especially for first time for people. So that's really good.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, because like you said, the whole anatomy, physiology, like especially they gear it towards with expectations. All right, you've already had a undergraduate of 4 years taking exercise science or kinesiology. Now here's this test. So you really crammed in a wealth of knowledge and information, being able to do that. So again, not many people can get that certification under their belt. So again, that's very commendable.
Especially when my degree is marketing.
Yeah, right, exactly. But good for you, though. That's what was going to kind of transition me to my next question, because having the marketing degree and doing what you're doing with your own business, I'm assuming, again, make another assumption here, didn't that come in some kind of valuable, resource to be able to help you there?
I will never regret my business degree.
Yeah.
It helps. I mean, to be frank with you, this is my third business.
Oh, wow.
And,
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before I had an art gallery, before that I was brokering electronic components, but this one, it really clicked with me. I'm passionate about it. And so it's easy to market it. I could sell anything if I believe in it.
I believe, yes, absolutely. Same here.
It stops being work when you really love what you do.
Exactly.
And the drudgery of, the paperwork and the marketing and putting it out there and all of those things that seem kind of blah to everyone else. It's a joy to me to come out and tell the story and talk to people about what I do. And I really do love it. And the business degree is absolutely helpful.
Yeah. No one believes in education as much as I do. I'm very strong about that. I'm myself right now a student again in school, and also I work part-time at Georgia State University, which was going to be another question I had for you, because I know is that where you met Judson, our mutual friend, by chance?
No, I did graduate from Georgia State. I met Judson 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
We're involved in, excellent segue. We're involved in the eating disorder community.
Right.
The Eating Disorder Information Network.
Eden, yes. I'm very familiar with them, certainly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of volunteer work for them. I'm actually doing my training right now as an Eden speaker.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. And I got to be on their Pride Parade float in 2018, and I've just had the best time helping them in any way that I can. But that's how I met him, was just his involvement with that, and we got to talking and had fun things in common, like our dog and everything.
That's great, yeah. Because Judson's over at Georgia State currently, and I thought I just made just a thought that's where you'd cross paths. But so you've known him, and I can't remember if I told you, I actually did personal training for his parents in Buckhead, and they're really nice. The whole family is just very lovely.
Well, if he is anything to go by, I would believe it. And I know his wife, and they're lovely people.
They actually live out where I'm at right now in Smyrna. They're in my neck of the woods. They're not too far from me. They moved in that house, I think, maybe last year, probably, somewhere over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really, again, I know the area, and it's really a nice, cute area where they live there in Smyrna. But cool. Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Kristy. So kind of transitioning back into My Workout Buddy, you offer personal training, and obviously there's a lot of information that the folks can get from you, especially when they connect with you, and we'll get that information at the end. But can you talk about your services for a second, maybe for the folks who are listening? I guess very important question. Are you taking new clients, and how does that process work?
Okay, so my process that way. Yes, I'm accepting new clients. There's a few time slots left, but they're the midday types. So
Hmm.
usually winds up being retirees or business owners who come to me then, um, or people with a third shift.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh, so yes, I'm taking new people. Did you ask me about how, how I take people in,
Yeah,
my intake process?
let's say a new person's going to sign up with you and they work out. What kind of training philosophy, like, are you going to be more of the like hardcore boot camp, push them to the limit? Are you going to be more kind of, let's do it this way? And how do you personalize it for each person? I guess that's kind of a gray question because obviously with personal training everybody's different, but I guess generally speaking, if someone was to work out with you for the first time, what could they expect as far as an atmosphere and the type of culture with working out in the training session with you?
So it's funny. I was playing with my video equipment yesterday or the day before and recorded something about my philosophy on my Facebook page. So
Oh,
it's funny
cool.
that way. Um, uh, I tend to, I will throw away the workout I wrote yesterday if somebody walks into me today and needs a little more energy.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Hmm.
we're doing something a little more cardio based.
Sure.
Uh, but everybody's different. Some people come into me with right to left strength imbalances. So
Yeah.
we might be working with, postural issues, forward rounded shoulders. I work a lot with posture first and alignment issues before we ever really load up spines.
Yeah.
So I tend to have a process, but some people don't need the base building. They might come to me already ready for, heavier weights or some boot camp style stuff, a little bit of kettlebell swings and ball slams and battle rope or boxing or some of the fun high energy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people never want to touch that. And it's kind of up to them. They pick the music. They tell me what they want. Some of them want silence. Some of them want Pilates. Some of them want just stretching and chill me out.
Hmm.
So I have one lady who's actually a psychotherapist who will come to me. And after she said, well, I want to do core, I want spin and then just some good stretching. And she'll walk in and go, I'm exhausted. I just want to stretch. And, in the moment, I will give them exactly what they need, depending on what it is. Some people come in angry. We're going to beat the heck out of stuff with this padded bat of mine and do some boxing and kick, some taekwondo kicking and have a blast. Or we might do some balance work because somebody keeps tripping and falling and they're in their 70s. And I work a lot with balance with people in their 60s and 70s and 80s. I love that.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
so, yeah, it's a mixed bag. And there's never really a whole lot of duplication unless somebody's on a particular path. Like if they really want to get stronger on a particular path, then we're doing the undulating periodization and all that kind of stuff, with weights. But that isn't everybody.
Yeah.
Some people, they're spine loaded and they need resistance training. So, or with the bands. So it's all over the place.
It really
It's a really
is,
hard
yeah,
question.
yeah. I mean, it's fully loaded. You answered that brilliantly. I mean, it truly is personal training. That's the whole name of it. You're individualizing and customizing, and plus, I'm sure every day is different than the other. I mean, that's the cool thing about this job is that I can attest to that. You never have the same carbon copy day ever ahead of you because you're just juggling the schedules around and clientele and everything. And of course, programming too is important. I noticed there's something called the Second Movement program you offer. Can you tell us about that, Kristy, a little bit?
Yes, yes. So in the last, I don't know, 3 years, I've gotten more and more involved with the therapeutic community. And I'm working at the Carter Treatment Center in Cumming, and I'm teaching just light tap boxing and, just some calisthenics and stretching
Very
and
cool.
meditation.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I work with people who are in recovery from substance use disorder and eating disorders. So I work a lot with people who are suffering from binge eating disorder. I also work with people who are in recovery, longer term recovery from anorexia when they're ready to be able to take on more serious exercise programs again. So I really kind of touched some of the subjects that a lot of trainers are afraid to go to. And from what I have gathered, the knowledge that I have taken from the therapeutic community from both sides, addictions and eating disorders, is that as of right now, there is no other trainer like me in Atlanta that does this kind of thing.
Yeah,
like that has that understanding.
Yeah, you've created quite a niche. That's a real strong advantage you have as being such a niche, developing that to offer in your services. So again, that is invaluable. Let me ask you this, Kristy, because you mentioned, you said your mother had a studio in Roswell. Is that right? Earlier?
She did. She opened it in 89 or 90.
Okay. Now, did she have, I'm going to guess, did she help you or have any kind of thought process or input on designing My Workout Buddy?
Yeah, I mean, enough to get me going in the direction I wanted to. I mean, I watched her build her business, and then sell it to her partner.
Sure.
And she was my first trainer.
Oh my God, that's awesome! Wow.
Yeah. And then she had many people who worked there who trained me. But so I watched that business grow and change, and eventually, so she had a big influence on it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And through the years, just learning how to run a business. My parents taught me how to run businesses. They're entrepreneurs themselves anyway.
So you had such a great, that's an awesome advantage to be able to utilize as a resource. So very well done. Yeah. I'm a big believer, you got that entrepreneurial spirit. You got to use your talents that you have and, what you have at your disposal. And you did it. I mean, you really put it together quite brilliantly there. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed my parents' input. My father too.
Yeah.
They're both fantastic with helping out in this regard. I can't say that I did this alone. This is not done in a vacuum. You know? No woman is an island.
Yeah, that's true. But that's really cool. Again, you've developed such a unique brand and, very well established, obviously having a strong, thorough clientele base and, so that's just wonderful. Let me ask you just another general question. What's, your, I guess, two-part question. What would you say, we're kind of at the beginning of a new year here, 2019, but what would you like for a short-term goal of this year for 2019 for My Workout Buddy? And what would be a second part of that question, long-term, long-range goal, where you see My Workout Buddy 5 years from now, I guess?
Well, short-term, I love the way things are going.
Good.
Now, yeah, I'm working on certifying as an addictions counselor.
Nice.
So, yeah, while I'm working on that and I'm stepping more into the addictions and eating disorders. So I feel like, I'm definitely trending in that direction towards more of the therapeutic community. More involvement in those places would be important to me in this year.
Very cool.
And then as far as, I really have found such rewarding people and so much knowledge in that community that I want to go farther.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn as much as I can because it's a treasure to have that knowledge and to help people with the things that are just truly troubling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Then, how about from here on out, what's your long-term vision of the company?
Well, I am 46. So, I would love to think that I could do this for a very long time into retirement, but I don't know when retirement will be.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I believe myself, we're in the same business. I'm hoping I could do this long beyond retirement. I mean, I'm a big believer. I know this is cliche, but when it doesn't feel like work and when you feel like you're doing something and you're not really that worried about the pay or the income of it, I really think that's when you find your, again, not to overkill the word niche, or happiness or success. And I envision I think we're kind of like-minded. I think both of us are probably going to be in this for quite some time long term.
We must collaborate on something.
We must, yeah, because there's a lot of similarities. Here interviewing you, Kristy, again, I really, we've definitely got to talk further because I mentioned this earlier. I really believe big in reinvesting in yourself and the certifications you're doing, the extra education that you're going a long way. I'm trying to do the same thing myself. I'm in a doctoral program in psychology, and I'm trying to incorporate that into my personal training business. So I totally, when you were answering the way you were, everything in my mind was going right off going, oh, good. It's kind of like validation, like, great, someone else is doing, this is good. It's almost like I'm glad I'm not the only person kind of thinking to kind of build your business that way, because you're really building your business model in when you're reinvesting into that. So again, I think that's what you're going to have as a competitive edge, bar none. In addition to what everything else you're offering. So that's great. We definitely got to collaborate more, and it's awesome to be able to connect with you and network with you here this way.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've
great. Really enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah, likewise, Kristy. This flew by fast. This is a really quick 30 minutes. But before we let you go, as I promised, if you don't mind, I can ask a couple more quick questions here. Let's plug anything you want right now: website, phone number, email, contact information, social media, what have you. Whatever you go ahead and give us right now, we'll put on the screen when we finish and fade to black. How can they best reach you and find more about My Workout Buddy?
Best way to reach me directly is to text my phone.
Okay.
And you'll put up that number, or should I say it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and say
Do
it
I need to say
for the
it?
folks, just in case. We'll go ahead and say it. Yeah.
Okay. It's 404-641-7173. And if you really want me to respond quickly, it's better to text, because as most trainers know, my ringer is never on.
Yep, me too.
I'm a good one. I leave it upstairs and plugged in. Nobody sees my phone. Let's see. Email is kwmyworkoutbuddy@gmail.com. And my website, which I'm about to redo, so you'll have to excuse me while it's a little bit of a mess at the moment, but it's myworkoutbuddy.info. Was that what you found? I believe it's info. I think I have a biz
right now.
as well.
Yeah, you're right. Myworkoutbuddy.info. That's what it is. I'm on there right now. Yep.
See, I really don't pay much attention to it. I'm more on Facebook. Facebook.com/Kristy.Wegert is fine to find me personally there. But I also have the My Workout Buddy one as well.
Very good, Kristy. Yeah, it's funny because next time we do a video blog together, I know the topic that we could talk about, because what I'm about to tell you, I'm sure this is not going to surprise you, but I see a lot of personal trainers out there, and they're always on their phone while they're training their clients, texting, or even talking on their phone while they're training their clients. And that's an episode definitely I'd love to pick your brain about and ask you what you think about that. That'll be fun.
Oh, my mindfulness training says absolutely not. You don't touch it.
That's too funny. We're in the world of cell phone addiction right now. Personal trainers aren't the only exemption to that. It's scary. So, but we'll definitely touch on that next time. Kristy, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much again for your time. And again, keep up the wonderful, amazing work. I'm so happy we have connected on here virtually. Let's do another one of these very soon. And again, a quick shout out to Jetson if he's watching as well. And Kristy, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And for the folks watching as we fade to black, here comes her contact info right now. We will see you, Kristy.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.